Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this hexagon shape. So I'm going to start by using my sugar and cream yarn as well as a 3.5mm crochet hook. Now we're going to start by making a magic ring. To make your magic ring, I like to use my 2 fingers. I'm going to wrap the yarn around my fingers and I'm going to make an X. So you'll see the overlap here causing the X. Then I'm going to insert my hook and pull up a loop, twist it, insert my hook under the working yarn and pull it through. We're just going to tighten that. That's going to be our slip knot. And you can pull on the working yarn as well to adjust. So this is the end result where we have the tail of our yarn inside the ring, and we're going to use this as our working yarn. So go ahead and now hold it in a way that's most comfortable for you. And we're going to start by doing a double crochet. Now to do our first double crochet, insert your hook under or inside the ring, and then we're going to pull up a loop. Now we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops. Now we're going to chain 1. This will act as our first double crochet. Now we're going to add 2 additional chains to our double crochet. So we have 1, 2. And also take a marker and we're going to place it on the first chain here after the double crochet. So remember, we would have started here, then we added a chain, then we added 2 additional chains. So the crochet marker, it's on the middle chain there, the second to last chain. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets inside the ring. To do a double crochet, we're going to yarn over our hook, insert our hook inside the ring, and pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 to complete our double crochet. We're going to do that again. Yarn over your hook, insert your hook inside the ring, and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Now after you've completed 2 double crochets, chain 2. So that's 1, 2. And then you're going to do 2 more double crochets inside the ring. So again, yarn over your hook, insert it into the ring and pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. I'm going to do that again. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then I'm going to chain 2. And do 2 more double crochets inside the ring. So that's 1. And that's 2. So that's pretty much the pattern for this row. we're going to do 2 double crochets and then 2 chains, 2 double crochets and then 2 chains, 2 double crochets followed by 2 chains. Now what we want is to have 6 of these in total. So the 2 double crochets and 2 chains, that's one set. We want to have 6 in total. Now I've done 1, 2, 3 and a half. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up here. I'm going to do my chain 2. Now remember our first double crochet and chain 2? That's going to act as half of our first set. So it needs an additional double crochet there, which is what I'll be doing now. So yarn over your hook and pull up a loop and complete that double crochet by pulling through the first 2 loops and then pulling through the last 2 loops. And now we should go ahead and close out the round. Now before I close out the round, I'm going to remove my hook. Now you can take the tail of your yarn that should be on the inside of the ring, and we're just going to pull on it. And what that's going to do is to decrease the size of this hole or donut, and it's going to bring the stitches closer together. So you can pull on it really tightly until there's no space in the middle. Now we're going to go ahead and close out the round. So take your hook, and on our last stitch here, we're just going to make the loop a bit larger. Now take note of where our marker is. That is where we'll be closing out our round. Remove your marker. And then insert your hook from the back of the stitch. So here, we're also going to go under this loop here. You can hook your loop to the hook and just pull it through. And you can pull on your working yarn to adjust the size of the loop. Now what we want is for this stitch to be similar in size to the other stitches. And once you have that, then we can go ahead and start the next row. Now the chain 2 from the previous row, it would have created a space in between our 2 double crochets. The chain 2 will also be the corners for our hexagon. That's what they're creating. Now within the space created by our chain 2s, for the next row, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So insert your hook inside the space and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull the yarn through both loops and chain 1. And then we're going to add 2 chains. 1, 2. Now remember to place your marker back on the first chain there. And then we're going to place another double crochet inside the space. To do that, yarn over your hook, insert it into the space and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet atop each of the double crochets from the last row. So yarn over, insert it to the top of the stitch, so right here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do the same for the next stitch. So right here. And then in the space, we're going to do a double crochet. And then we're going to do a chain 2. Remember the chain 2s, it's to create the corners for our hexagon. And inside the same space, we're going to do another double crochet. And that's pretty much going to be the pattern for this row. So we're going to do 1 double crochet atop each of these stitches. So 1, and on top of this double crochet. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet inside the space. We're going to add a chain 2 and then do another double crochet inside the space. So I'll do it one more time. 1 double crochet on top of each of the double crochets from the last row. 1 and 1 on this one as well. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet inside the space created from our chain 2s from the previous row, and then we're going to chain 2 and do another double crochet inside the space, and repeat that going all around. And then atop our 2 last double crochets from the previous row, we do double crochets on top of them. And then we're going to close out the row in the same way that we did before. So make this loop larger. We're going to remove our marker and insert our crochet hook from the back of this stitch. Hook the loop to our crochet hook and just pull it through. And we can pull on the working yarn to adjust the loop as well. And we just want to make sure that this is similar in sizes to all the other stitches. And you can already see that beautiful hexagon coming to life here. Now you'll notice that for our first row, we did 2 double crochets and then our chain 2s. And for our second row, we would have done 4 double crochets and then our chain 2s. Just want to note that for each row, we'll be adding 2 double crochets to it. The corners will always be the same for each row as well. So in each corner, we do a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet. So for this row, we're going to start by doing the double crochet. So, and then we chain 1. So this is our first double crochet, and then we're going to do a chain 2, 1, 2, and place our marker on top the second to last chain there. and then we're going to do a double crochet inside this space. So we do that in every single round. And now we have 4 double crochets, so we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each of the double crochets here. And then in the space created from the chain 2 from the previous round, we do a double crochet, a chain 2, 1, 2, and a double crochet inside the same space. And then 1 double crochet on top of each of the next 4 double crochets. And then in the space, we do our double crochet, or chain 2, 1, 2, and or double crochet. So keep doing that, going all the way around. And then we're going to close out the round in exactly the same way that we've done for the last 2 rounds. So for our first row, we had 2 double crochets, and then the second row we have 4. The last row that we did, we have 6 double crochets here before chain 2s, and in the next row we'll have 8, 10, 12, and so on. So we always start by doing or 2 double crochets inside the space, so it's the double crochet, the chain 2, and a double crochet, 1 double crochet atop each of the double crochets from the last row, and then where we have a space we add 2 additional double crochets plus the chain 2. So you can do that in each row to make your hexagon as large as you want it. I'll go ahead and just demonstrate for the final row that I'll be doing for this tutorial. So again, I start by inserting my hook inside the space, pulling up a loop, yarning over and pulling it through both loops, and I chain 1. That's going to act as my first double crochet. Then I'm going to add my chain 2, 1, 2, place my marker on the first chain from my chain 2, and then do 1 double crochet inside the space. So now we have 2 double crochets in total. 1 double crochet atop each of the double crochets from the last row, and once you've done that, 1 double crochet inside the space, we do our chain 2s, and then add our last double crochet inside the space there. So we always add an additional 2 double crochets plus our chain 2s for each of the space created from the chain 2s from the previous row. So that's how we keep adding to each row. And then 1 double crochet on top of each of the double crochets from the previous round. And then we do our double crochet inside the space, or chain 2, and other double crochet inside the space. So you can go ahead and continue the pattern going all the way around. Now at the end of the row, I'm going to close out the round for good. I'm going to make this loop a bit larger. But now I'm going to cut the yarn. And I'm also going to go ahead and pull the yarn all the way through. Insert your yarn. I like to tie my ends for extra security. And then we're going to remove our marker from our stitch there, and below the stitch where our marker was, we're going to insert our needle. So see, and we're going to pull it through. And again, we want this to be similar in size to all the other stitches. So you can pull on it, adjust it to see. And once you're comfortable, you can go ahead and insert your needle inside the middle of the last stitch, as well as through the back bump here. So, like that. And pull it through. Once completed, you can just go ahead and yarn through the stitches at the back. Now weaving through it here, it's just going to give us some added security, and it's going to hide the yarn. And once you're comfortable, you can just go ahead and cut the excess yarn. And I'm going to do that for my tail, or the excess yarn from here as well. And that's how you make a hexagon. If you wanted to make this larger, remember we always start our row by doing our double crochet, chain 2 and a double crochet, and then 1 double crochet on top of each of the double crochets from the previous round. And you can continue doing that until your hexagon is as large as you'd like it to be. If you found this tutorial helpful, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!